Whether you're a student or a working professional, we all want to be able to absorb information quickly and effectively. Learning is a continuous process, and the faster you learn, the quicker you can achieve your goals. So, in this video, I'll be sharing some effective tips and techniques that will help you learn and absorb information more quickly. Let's dive right in. Before we get into the tips, let's talk about how learning happens in the brain. When we learn something new, our brain creates new neural pathways. These pathways are strengthened through repetition and practice. So, the key to learning faster is to optimize this process by engaging our brain in the most effective ways possible. The first tip is to set clear goals for what you want to learn. When you have a specific goal in mind, your brain is better able to focus and retain information. So, before you start studying, ask yourself what you want to achieve and what specific information you need to learn. Write down your goals and keep them in a visible place. This will help you stay motivated and on track. The second tip is to practice active learning. This means engaging with the material in an active and meaningful way. Instead of just reading or listening, try to summarize the information in your own words or create a mind map. When you actively engage with the material, you're more likely to remember it and understand it better. The third tip is to use visual aids. Our brains are wired to process visual information more quickly and effectively than text or spoken words. So, try to use diagrams, charts, and images to represent the information you're learning. Mind maps are a great way to visually represent complex information and help you see the connections between different concepts. The fourth tip is to get enough sleep. When we sleep, our brain processes and consolidates the information we've learned during the day. So, if you don't get enough sleep, your brain won't be able to perform at its best. Make sure you get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. The fifth tip is to break down the information into smaller chunks. Our brains can only process so much information at a time, so it's important to break it down into smaller, more manageable pieces. Try to break the information down into sections or chapters and focus on one at a time. This will make it easier to absorb the information and prevent overwhelm. The sixth tip to learn faster is to utilize active recall. Active recall is a technique where you test yourself on the information you've learned. This technique helps to reinforce your memory and makes it easier to recall information later. If you're trying to memorize a list of new vocabulary words, you can create flashcards and test yourself regularly. This technique can be used for any type of information, from historical events to mathematical formulas. The seventh tip to learn faster is to practice regularly. Practice is essential to mastering any new skill or concept. Regular practice can also help you retain information better. If you're trying to learn a new instrument, set aside a specific time each day to practice. Consistency is key when it comes to learning new skills. The eighth and final tip to learn faster is to take breaks. Taking breaks can help to refresh your mind and prevent burnout. When you take a break, you give your brain a chance to process the information you've learned. If you've been studying for an extended period, take a break every hour or so. Use this time to take a walk, do some stretches, or simply relax. Learning faster is not a one-size-fits-all approach. It's essential to find the method that works best for you and adapt these tips to your own learning style. Remember, learning is a lifelong journey, and it's never too late to start. So keep learning, stay curious, and enjoy the process.